We go based female and male going to parts. So if you have the female parts, you go to the female side. If you have the male parts, you go to the male side.
I'm not sure what
makes sense.
So as in like physical parts, as in like your genitals.
Yes.
If you have the woman genital still, you go to the woman side. And if you have the male genital, a penis, you go to the male side.
Well, what about women who have penises and men who have vaginas?
You go to that side.
Segregate them?
We still go based on genital parts.
So you would put a man in the women's room?
So if they have the parts, yes.
That's not a man though necessarily.
We just go based off the genitals. So you're assigned with if the male has the genital part.
If you put a man in the women's room, you're gonna have huge problems. You can't do that.
We have transgender male. They feel totally, if they still have, we're gonna talk how it is. If they still have their vagina, they go on the female side, they feel totally comfortable. Because we go based on what they have, the genitals.
Yeah, but you have, I mean, if somebody is a man, they need to go in the men's room. Just full stop.
If they don't have genital parts, we cannot let them go in.
You can't say that somebody's not a man based on what their parts are. If they're licensed and what they have said they are a man, you can't say that they're not allowed to go in a particular room.
That's our policy.
We have reached peak insanity when we clearly have two men who are trying to go into women's spa. These people are absolutely insane, and kudos to the woman for trying to stand up towards their policies of not allowing men to be in women's changing rooms. The fact that this is even an argument in 2025 just goes to show you how far back we have fallen. Everything in society seems to be degrading more and more, even though we have all of this knowledge, we've progressed with technology and all of these other things, yet people's brains seem to have regressed into stupidity.
Is that where's that policy?
I've never actually seen
Yeah,
that.
let's see that.
So you have genitalia written into your policy? Could I see that, please?
It has to go, that's how we go based off.
I don't even know why they're arguing. It's their place.
Like in a policy for people to be aware of that, because
So
I don't see that on your website. Is that written somewhere that genitalia is part of your policy?
It's not written, but we still go based off the gender, and if their genital parts.
That's literally not how anybody defines men and women, especially in San Francisco.
Yes,
if a man looks like a man, or if they define themselves as a man,
well, also
then they
if
go
they
in
are
the men's
legally
room.
a man.
And if they are legally a man, sure.
You have a man on your driver's license?
So yeah, but we still go based on the parts. So if you have a female part, you go to the female side. If you have a male part, you go to the male side.
Okay. So, just so you're clear, that is anti-trans rhetoric. That is discriminatory, anti-trans rhetoric.
But that's what we go based off of.
I'm just letting you know.
So next time when you guys record, you have to ask for my consent.
Not necessarily.
Yes,
no.
necessarily.
Go
And
for
we
it.
also have the right to refuse our service.
It's
so
fine. I would never come back here, and I wouldn't ever tell anyone trans to come here because you are spouting anti-trans rhetoric.
And I've been coming here for 20 years, and I've never heard of anything so ridiculous as somebody come in and ask a man who is in the men's room whether or not they belong in there.
Our customers, a lot of customers are complaining, so we have to go.
Your customers, you should be educating them on what a man is and what a woman is, and it's none of their fucking business. If somebody says that they're a man and you've got a man that's in the men's room, then it's none of their business. They don't have a right to complain.
You also don't have a right to judge people based on their based on their medical information. So just so you're clear, this conversation is starting now because he came up to me and asked me if I was transgender. So transgender status is a protected medical classification under HIPAA. So you don't actually have the right to go up to anyone and inquire if they are transgender. Furthermore, there are intersex people. Furthermore, there are intersex people that scientifically, medically do not fall into a binary gender, and you cannot tell that by looking at them. So the only way you know a man and a woman is based on what someone tells you they are.
Well, a lot of customers came and told us they've seen that, so we have, as my job, women go this way, men go this way. And we go based on genitalia.
Okay, but just so we're clear, I am not a woman.
Okay, but
so I would never, ever, ever go into a woman's
says he's a man. The state of California.
Okay, but we're going on the parts. So that's how we run our spa.
What you need to do is publish that policy, because it is not fair to accost customers when they are here at a spa. You need to publish your policy on your website. So if you are going to segregate people by genitalia, you need to state that on your website. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you have to be clear about who you want.
Yeah,
and who you
so
don't want.
if you have anti-trans rhetoric built into your policy, you need to state that so people are aware of that, right? You need to stand by your policy. You need to publish your policy. You can't just let people come here and be accosted by this bullshit.
I've been told time and time again, and I hear it time and time again, that these groups of people just want to live their lives and they don't want to impose anything on anyone else. They just want to live and be themselves. Yet time and time again, I see videos of them forcing people to call them things they don't want to call them, forcing people to do things they don't want to do, and forcing people to put them in places they don't want to put them in. Apparently, these groups of people are so inclusive and just want to live their lives without doing anything to anyone, yet they try and change everything.
Yeah, that was pretty rude.
So you need to publish that. Yeah. Right? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Say who you want, and then the people you want will be here. And that is not going to be me as a cis man in the men's room anymore either, because this is anti-transgender policy, it's anti-transgender rhetoric. It's completely unacceptable in this day and age, and completely unacceptable in San Francisco. Really anywhere, but specifically here.
And specifically at this moment in time when transgender people are literally being eradicated out of legal existence, you guys should really be ashamed of yourselves.
Yeah, this is shameful behavior.
Have a great night.
Hey everybody, Trans Physical, Breath Former Ray. We came down to Imperial Spa, did some artwork on the ground, met a whole bunch of good people, put things together. Hopefully a lot of these are going to come out to Banya and support us out there. We've got plenty of support. The city's activated. Tell everybody, we ain't stopping.
I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. They always have a certain look, and if you look at this video for a few seconds, you'll know the look I'm talking about.
Advocates are calling for a boycott of a San Francisco spa they say is enacting anti-trans exclusionary policies.
It's exclusion, it's discrimination. It's it goes against everything that I came here for.
Breath Mormoray says she was told she would not be allowed to participate in a ladies' night at Archimedes Banya unless she remained clothed at all times inside the clothing-optional spa.
I came from Alabama specifically to escape that type of prejudice and hate. I got here and I found out this city has just as much of it.
The Russian bathhouse offers one women's-only night and one men's-only night each month. On their website, they say the nights are to, quote, shelter religious preferences of women and men in their community. Therefore, they limit participation to sex assigned at birth.
It kind of set off some alarm bells for me because in a lot of Slavic cultures, like pre-Christian Slavic cultures, there was a lot of gender and sexuality was much more fluid than, and it was put down by the Christians. But even without all that, there are a lot of Catholic, Orthodox, Jewish, and Muslim people who are trans allies, if not trans themselves.
Jordan says she herself is of Slavic origin. To try and reach a compromise, the spa put out a statement saying they will offer one inclusive women's-only night where trans women will be welcome and another cultural and religious women's night where only those assigned female at birth will be allowed in. Jordan says that's no compromise at all.
That response is really discriminatory when you think about it, because if you had a night where you excluded, say, a certain race, that would not fly. And we're just saying that it won't fly. It won't fly. That trans exclusive nights won't fly.
Offer them to us every day. We're not any different than the other individuals.
Dakota Rose Austin says
once all of this is done and you've done all of your protesting like you normally do, why would you even want to go to a place that doesn't want you to be there? The spa knows what the truth is, and they can look at you for a few seconds and they can tell you what the truth is. And I'm sure millions of us watching this video can also tell what the truth is, and that is indeed the fact that you are indeed a man.
I just realized something. I'm officially the blue-haired bisexual one in the friend group who lives off of coffee and black clothing. The prophecy has been completed.
But is there anybody getting your ire up these days more than usual?
Nerds.
Yeah.
The nerds that own the politician. All these tech nerds that want to build robots because they don't know how to talk to hot women.
Yeah.
They're gonna take over the world. They're gonna take over. They are literally gonna replace us. We're like beta right now, and they're coming out with like the VCR. And I think Elon has got the rockets going because they realize there's other Earths out there, and they're gonna trash this one, and because they don't have any concern for it, and they're gonna move on to the next Earth. And, you know, everybody's gonna be standing down here with your blue and red ties going, wait a minute, I was on your side, and they're just gonna leave.
Well, you were talking about death in your set. Do they not realize that they're going to die, these people? They don't realize that eventually everybody dies.
It's very sad seeing Bill Burr become the very thing he used to do skits and comedy over. And now here he is being a wokey like they all become.
This is not a safe space for MAGA. Not at all. Not safe. If you don't want me to attack you, don't fucking make a comment. You guys are so fucking blind and so fucking hateful that it is making everyone hateful. Fuck off. Do not comment on my shit. You suck. You are the scum of the earth. You're below the scum of the earth. And for any one of you maggots that do comment, I'm going to automatically report it. Automatically. I'm going to fucking flag it. Go ahead, give me a try. I'm not even going to fucking read what it says, even if it's, oh, I'm sorry, you're a little upset, or even something that's semi-nice. I am reporting it. So fuck off. This is not a...
I see videos like this all the time, and I see them talk about how people are hateful. And I'm sure if you are a stranger and you watch this video, you would think she's one who's hateful, but hey, I guess hate means something different to them.
Just a daily reminder that America is built on stolen land. Only indigenous people that are like native to this land should be living here. We who aren't, and I'm not, I don't feel like I have the right to tell somebody else that they don't belong here because my ancestors made a decision to come to this country and live on land that was probably stolen from a tribe or people. Like, we can't keep living this way. We can't keep pitting people against each other and making us believe that we're all separate and we can't live harmoniously. Like, this is just... I'm so tired.
I think there are a lot of other things we should be worrying about. And, you know, I'm just trying to help you out here. Just look at yourself in the mirror and you might understand what I'm talking about.